I'm going to invite you to participate in our session in any way that you want to. If it means that you want to lay on the floor, if it means that you want to listen to us from the back of the stage or the hall and put your back against us, if it means that you want to dance with us when it's time to dance, this is time for you to do whatever you feel right and whatever feels right to your body. My name is Silva Laukkanen. I use she, her pronouns. I'm about 5'5" tall. I have a very short hair. And I have these eyebrows that has this sharp point in the middle. They are the same kind that my dad's, and I love them for that. We practice a method called Danceability. In that method, when we gather to do a class or a workshop, we start in a circle. And we start the circle with silence. We give silence a voice because not everyone can speak. I welcome you to join us in this silence. Thank you so much. I'm going to invite you into a little memory lane journey. So if you want to close your eyes, if that's available to you, I welcome you to close your eyes. If you want to look down or your gaze downwards or inwards, you can do that. And I invite you to pick a memory where you have felt excluded. What happened in that space that made you feel that way? Where do you feel it in your body? Do you feel it in your throat? Maybe you feel that in your back. And how is that feeling? Is it heavy? Is it light? And what kind of a texture does it have? In a moment, I'm going to ask you to make a short movement to that feeling of excluded. I'm going to count us down from 3. I'm going to say the word excluded, and we'll do the movement together. I'm going to give you a little bit more time to think about the feeling, the situation, where you feel it, and how does it feel. Three, 2, 1, excluded. You can let that go. Shake that body. Take a deep breath in. And let that feeling out with your exhale. I'm going to ask you to recall another memory. A place, a time, an event that you have felt included. What was it that happened in that space that felt included, that made you feel included? Was it somebody doing something? Where do you feel that feeling in your body? Do you feel it in the back of your neck? Maybe you feel it in your chest. Where do you feel that feeling of included? How does that feel to you? How is that feeling? What is the texture of the feeling? I'm going to ask you again to create a short movement for that feeling of included. I'm going to count us down from 3, and I'm going to say the word included. It can be small movement. It can be big movement. It can be whatever movement. All the movements are right. 3, 2, 1. Included. When you're finished, you can relax. Come to a stillness, whatever stillness means to you this morning. Shake that off. Take a deep breath in, but don't let that feeling go out with your exhale. So the reason why we are doing this is that I'm having a hard time explaining with words the definition of inclusive dance. Maybe it's because English is my second language. I'm not from Texas, if you didn't notice. I'm from Finland, so English is my second language. Or maybe because it's a feeling. It's something that we all can relate to. It's something when we feel that we're included, we feel that we are part of. We feel like we have agency. We feel like we are valued. We feel like we are seen and heard. But I don't want you to just take my word and definition of inclusive dance. So I'm going to now hand the mic to Susie.
Hi, my name is Susie Angel, and I have my dance partner who will be interpreting me if you don't understand me.
Hi, my name is Susie Angel, and I have my dance partner here interpreting for me if you don't understand me.
I'm about 5'2" with brown short hair, and I use an electric wheelchair that I drive with my foot.
I'm about 5'2" with short brown hair, and I use an electric wheelchair that I drive with my foot.
Oh, and I forgot my pronouns. I, she, and her.
Oh, and I forgot my pronouns are she and her.
To me, inclusive dance means a lot because,
To me, inclusive dance means a lot because
when I was a kid, like all kids, I wanted to be a ballerina.
when I was a little kid, like all kids, I wanted to be a ballerina.
But that wasn't supported by anyone in the community.
But that wasn't supported by anyone in the community.
So when I found the ability and I got this body shape, the whole dream of dance came alive.
So when I found Danceability, the whole dream of dance came alive.
And during my day, so much of my day is making my body do what it needs to do in order not to hit someone or something like that.
So much of my day is making my body do what it needs to do so as not to hit someone or something like that.
But when I'm dancing, I can let my body do whatever I want.
But when I'm dancing, I can let my body do whatever I want.
And it's up to the other dancers to be aware of what I'm doing.
And it's up to the other dancers to be aware of what I'm doing.
But I don't think you can get the whole idea just by us talking and defining things.
But I don't think you can get the whole idea by us just talking and defining things.
So we hope you enjoy the presentation of Walk and Roll.
So we hope you enjoy the presentation of Walk and Roll.
Silva just said we will be bringing our people and our mobility devices back on stage. Thank you so much for being here with us this morning, right? It's still morning? Okay, almost at the noon? Okay, all right. Well, my name is Veronica DeWitt. I use the pronouns she, her, hers. I am a woman in my 30s. I am from the USA. And now I'm going to pass the mic around to the rest of our group who you have not heard from so they can introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, my name is Tanya Winters. I am a middle-aged female with red hair, although I do change my hair color quite often, so you never know what color it's going to be. And I have so many tattoos that I've lost count. But I have a big dragon on my left forearm.
I am Juan Muñoz. I use the verb he and him. I'm a middle-aged guy, man. Dark hair. I'm 5'8". And Joey gonna repeat what I said if you don't understand me. Thank you.
Did everybody understand that? I can just repeat it. Yeah, I'm Juan. I use the pronouns he and him. I'm 5'5", have dark hair, and I'm a man. So something like that. Middle-aged. You are middle-aged, yeah. Glasses, yeah. Perfect. I'm Joey. I am go by he, him as well, and I'm 6'1", strawberry blonde hair. I have a red beard, and I'm also middle-aged. Thank you.
We heard from Susie already, so I'll go. My name is Dany Casey. I use they, them, or she pronouns. I'm not going to put my age in my audio, in my description.
Whatever you want.
It's whatever, I don't know. There's no number. I look ageless. I've got shaggy, messy hair that's got some pinkish red color in the front, and I'm about 5'9".
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for introducing yourselves. Silva's having me come up here, but I don't want to block everyone, so I'm going to walk over here. So again, my name is Veronica, and now for the next little bit, I'm going to talk at you, so get comfortable. I'm going to speak a little bit about danceability, just a little information about danceability, and then I'll also be speaking about how we use danceability as a beginning point for the choreographic work you just saw. So when I say choreography, I want to just clarify that in all dance, you do these certain steps, you do these certain movements, Usually they're repeatable. But what I really love about this group and our approach to inclusive dance is that there's improvisation even within choreography. Things are different day to day. Our bodies are different day to day. All sorts of things. So just keep that in mind as I say choreography. We need to feel each other in the moment. And I really, really love that part of the inclusive dance that we do, especially coming from a more traditional professional dance world where you do the thing the way you're supposed to do it. So just keep that in mind. All right, so shout out to Alito Alessi in Eugene, Oregon. He is the founder of Danceability. And Alito Alessi had a question for the dance world. His question is, or was, and maybe probably still is, why is there only one kind of body or one kind of person represented in professional dance? So if you can think on your own memories of what you think a dancer is, you might see an image coming up in your mind now. So Alito's question is, why is there only this one type of body, this one type of person represented in professional dance? Danceability is an improvisational dance class, a method of teaching dance to all people. Using the language of dance to communicate, Danceability focuses on what is a common ground for any group of people rather than what their differences are, rather than what isolates them. So all of us in this room right now, we're all breathing, yeah? That's a common ground. Yes. From the different kinds of people and the different kinds of bodies that came into Alito's classes and workshops starting in the late 1980s, this material of danceability started to develop in response to his question, again, how do I include everyone in the room right now? So one thing that we would have done in a danceability workshop or a class or a training is that we would have met you at the door and had an interaction with you and tried to learn something about who was walking into the room even before the class technically begins, gathering information about the people coming into the space. Danceability is a codified pedagogy that is studied and practiced literally all over the world. Currently, there's more than 600 dance artists in over 45 countries practicing danceability, building inclusive communities, and bringing awareness to accessibility in dance and beyond. Because from what I've experienced, the things that happen in the dance studio for me have taught me about how I'd like to be or interact in the outside world, outside of the dance studio. I'm going to speak a little bit about the process of getting your danceability teacher certification and the training about that. So you must go through a very rigorous 4-week training course to teach danceability, to become a certified danceability instructor. And there are several danceability instructors on the stage if you want to make a gesture. These are all certified teachers. I also went through the next round of training. I'm a certified master teacher, excuse me. So it's a very dense, kind of rigorous, as I said, 4-week training course. There is a ton of material. And when you finish that 4-week course, you are given a danceability manual right here. This is a living document, just the same as danceability is a living method. And what I mean by that is that the information is growing and developing and changing as people's bodies and our society, our world, continues to grow and change and develop. All right. She's taking it there. This is this thick. It is now like even thicker. As I said, is a living document. So as we grow and develop this method and we learn from each other, more information is coming to life. This next statement that I'm going to say is a little bit out of context, but it's very important to say the 4 principles of danceability, just to have them in the space. And those are sensation, feeling your body as you move, relationship, what you notice outside of your body that's attracting your attention, time, and design. You can also think about those 4 principles as sensation is yourself, relationship is others, time represents community, and the design represents environment. You can see on this slide here, I'll describe it. There is a large group of people, maybe even more than 100 people in a large circle in a very large room. Some of them are sitting on the floor, some of them are sitting on chairs. There are a few people standing as well. As Silva said earlier, we begin in a circle because of a couple of things. We need to do some talking, some housekeeping, keep things organized, but the opening circle is also very important because that's where people in the group are able to introduce themselves and introduce their bodies, and we can share information together so we can all dance safely. All right, that's a little bit about danceability. In a nutshell, there's a lot more information, but for the sake of time, I'm going to move on. There'll also be some questions at the end, which you are more than welcome to ask any questions about that. So to speak on Walk and Roll, it is a collaborative choreographic work created from the people you see here on stage. We chose exercises from the Danceability manual, from the Danceability method. We improvised those exercises, so we tried them out, we practiced them together, and then we made choices to keep what we liked, what we felt good about, and that turns into the choreography you see here today. We don't really have time to go through all 220 pages of this Danceability manual today, so we selected 4 exercises that you just saw some of the work of these exercises in the choreography. But we chose 4 to share with y'all today. And before we get started into the next section of more like experiential material, I need to say a couple more things. Like all students of Danceability, whoever would walk in through the room and join a class or a workshop or a training, here are a few guidelines for us all. Don't make choices for other people. Respect your body's limits. Ask questions. You never have to do anything you do not want to do. And have fun. Yeah. That's the best one. Definitely the best one. All right. So I've just spoken to you for a while. There's a lot of information that just came out of me, out into the space. So before we go on, let's do a little warm up. Are you guys up for it? You can do it from your seat. Are you game? Okay, I got a thumbs up. That's great. Thank you, Austin. So you can put down anything that's unnecessary now for just a bit of concentration. Get comfortable where you are. Yes, yes. Take off your badge if you need. Make sure to put it on before you go back out. Oh, thank you so much. All right. And like Silva said before, if you'd like to lay down on the floor or move to a different place, that's your choice. This is really your time for right now. All right. You can have your eyes open or closed, your choice. Call your attention and place your attention on the sensation of weight in your body. Allow your body to breathe. Your breath to the air and your weight to the earth. noticing the sensations you have from your body breathing. Your skin holds your muscles. Your muscles hold your bones. The bones of your rib cage and your spine hold your lungs. Your lungs massage your heart as you breathe. And your heart is pumping blood and oxygen to all parts of your body, so your whole body can breathe. Your hands breathe. Your feet breathe. Your head, your hips, your neck, breathe. Your whole body breathes. Attention on sensation. Your breath to the air and your weight to the earth. Now keep that attention on sensation, how it feels on the inside of your body right now, and choose one place that you can move on your body, that you'd like to move, and with attention on sensation, gently move one part of your body. Notice how it feels. Notice your desire to move that one part of your body. Breathing. There is no right or wrong. And when you finished, return to your stillness, whatever that means to you. Take a deep breath in. See if you can get a little softer, a little more comfortable, a little easier, and wherever you are, whatever shape you're in. And now we will continue. With attention on sensation, gently change the shape of your body and find a new stillness, whatever that is to you. Excellent. And now again, with attention on sensation and at a different speed, a different sense of time, change your shape again. In this shape, take a deep breath in, see if you can get a little softer. Beautiful breathing, a little more comfortable. And now just continue moving from wherever you are, however feels good. Maybe it's like you're stretching first thing in the morning when you're waking up. Oh, we're going to do like 1 minute of just moving your body. Attention on sensation. Moving in ways that feel good to you. Now that we're moving maybe a little bit more through, if you lose track of your breathing, notice where your attention goes, bring it back to your body, to your breath. and a short time more. To end, you'll choose a shape, whatever feels good to you today, in your stillness, whatever that means to you. And now keeping that attention on sensation on the inside of your body, notice what is attracting your attention outside of your body. It could just be a sense, doesn't have to be seeing necessarily. And make a movement in relationship to whatever is attracting your attention outside of your body as you feel your body as you move. Take a deep breath in here. And let that go. Can shake it out a little bit. Come back. Well done, everyone. Y'all did great. So that is a danceability warm-up. We call the warm-up narrative is basically what we call it. So you just did your first danceability exercise. Yay. Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to pass the mic to Juan, who will be leading us through our first exercise.
I'm gonna ask for people to get into a line.
Do you want to use this one?
Repeat.
Is that what you said? I'm going to ask people to get into a line. 4 people to get into a line.
Let me get. And this is called dominoes.
And this is called domino.
I'm gonna ask the dancer to number off.
I'm going to ask you to number off. Between.
And now I'm gonna ask number 1 to make a movement or shape.
I'm going to ask number 1 to make a movement or a shape now.
And number 2 to relate to the shape.
And number 2, relate to the shape number 1 just made.
Number
4.
And we always go in.
And then we always call end.
And then we start all over.
And then we start all over again.
Number 1.
Number 1.
It could be a little or as big as they want.
It can be as little or as big as they want. And
Thank you, Dad.
thank you, dancers.
Oh. And yes.
If I'm number 1, when does number 2 know when to go?
When you are the one become still.
When you become still.
And now I'm gonna pass it on to Diana.
Veronica. Pass it on to Veronica. V.
Thank you. Thank you, Juan. Okay. Joey, can I have you put the mic in the stand there? And then we're gonna take this domino line and we're going to, in what we call in Danceability, kind of scaffold on it. So that's the basic exercise. Now, instead of one person being a number, we're gonna have 2 1s, 2 2s. Oh, this is working out really great. And 2 3s. Making a line. So who are my 1s? Who are the 2s? And who are the 3s? Excellent.
But really, we're the wands.
Oh, you're the wands. Okay. My bad. I like that. Love that. The number wands. Got it.
We're 3.
Got it. Okay. So now the 1s, we're going to add on to the domino line. Now this is called numbered pairs domino line with traveling through space. This will be extra fun because there are 6 people up here, and this is kind of a small space for us all. So let's see how this goes. I'm going to get out of the way. So now the 1s, same as before. You move wherever you can travel in the space, wherever you'd like. However, the 2s need to be able to know when you have stopped. So they need to have somebody in their group who can sense you or see you. Yep. Work it. Ooh, beautiful. And now the 1s are still, so that means the 2s know it is their turn to go. Feeling your body as you move. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow. As big or as small as you'd like. Oh, I like what's happening here. Okay, they're still. So that means... Ooh, nice. Watch that stage. Yep. Feel your body as you move. If at any point the 1s or the 2s are getting uncomfortable, just make a shift, a gentle shift in your shape. And 3s, can I ask you to go near the 2s? Because we're going to go back to our line. We're going to try to make a line. It doesn't have to be a straight line. No, you stay where you are. They just need to go near the 2s. Yep, my bad. Ooh, nice. So some slowness. Whatever that is to these people. And end. Excellent. So, with the pairs, it offers a lot of accessibility possibilities. So, for example, if there was someone in the room who was non-ambulatory, or who could not move themselves through the space on their own independently, they would have a partner to travel with. We would set up the whole group so that everyone is in pairs because the group does the same thing no matter what. The information is the same for everyone in the space. We don't change it. Also, when you're working in a pair, it just really helps people become unisolated. You're working with another person, the whole group is working in pairs, we're all together. Is there anything else anyone would like to say about that on stage here? Okay.
Dancing with a partner in a chair, you want to try and keep contact with the body as well as the wheelchair.
When you're dancing with a partner in a chair, you want to keep contact with the body as well as the chair.
And Tanya is going to speak a lot more about that after we do this next exercise. You guys ready to see some more? Awesome. Thank you. Okay, moving on then. Let's clear the space. If you guys out there want to take a little shape, a little stretch. South by Southwest, EDU, so much information, so much awesome stuff happening. It can be a lot. All right. Okay, fast, slow, and still. Getting myself together. The next exercise, fast, slow, and still, is very important about teaching about the idea of relativity. So in Danceability, what we mean by relativity is that not everyone has the same sense of time or speed, the same sense of space. They perceive things their own way. Everyone does. So for example, Juan's sense of fast is different than my sense of fast. What stillness is to Susie is different from Tanya's stillness, so on and so forth. In the practice of danceability, it doesn't matter what our differences are. What matters is the concentration that you have on whatever that idea means to you. We're going to do fast, slow, and still here with the dancers in just a moment, and you can see what you see. And this can be different day to day, you know? Like I said earlier, every day is different. Your body reacts differently, is different. We're always growing and changing. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. This is also a common language exercise where there are no wrong choices. There's this whole group of common language exercises in the Danceability manual where if people are not understanding the information to do the exercise, you go to these common language exercises. There's no wrong choices. People are as they are, and that's great. Okay, so dancers, will you please put yourself wherever you'd like in a shape, whatever you choose, in your stillness. So fast, slow, and still. You could also think of this as movement and stillness if you wanted to even simplify it more. When the dancer feels like moving fast to them, they move fast. When they choose to move slow to that, whatever slow is to them, they move slowly. When they'd like to move, or when they like to be still, as they are right now, whatever their stillness is, you choose that. Call your attention and begin. Sensation, how your body feels. Relationship, what you are connecting to. Time. Make sure you're breathing. Sometimes maybe moving your whole body, big movements. Maybe sometimes making small movements or moving one part of your body. Excellent. A short time more. Finding a place to end, whatever shape you choose. And to finish with attention on sensation, choose to make a fast or a slow movement. And end. Excellent. Can we give them a round of applause? Thank you so much. Thank you, dancers. Excellent. So now I'm going to pass it off to Tanya to talk more about the wheelchairs and some of the ideas that Susie had brought about consent and working with people in chairs.
Oh, maybe I should
let's get situated up here.
Okay, everyone. I'm so glad to be here with you today. I just want to talk a little bit about my chair. I consider my chair to be an extension of my body. It gives me independence, a sense of freedom, and really allows me to participate in my life, everything I want to do. So it's really important to me. Each chair, as you can see between Susie and I, is crafted for the person. A person's relationship with their chair, again, is a very personal one. So when you're interacting or when you see a chair, dancing with someone, it's always important to get consent from them. Can you touch their chair? Can you touch parts of their body? What's not available to touch? Very important. Not all chairs are operated with hands. So I'm going to pass the mic over to Susie and ask her to kind of explain to you how she operates her chair.
Well, when I was a kid, they wanted me to use my hand, but we quickly found out that wasn't possible.
When I was a kid, they wanted me to use my hands, but we quickly found out that that wasn't possible.
Then they wanted me to use my head, only my head, but my head's too spastic, so that didn't work either.
Then they wanted me to use my head to control my chair, but my head is too spastic, so that didn't work either.
So they finally found someone to make a foot-operated chair.
So they found someone to make a foot-operated chair.
Or is a regular joystick with a plate on top of it and a little metal part holding the joystick.
Which is like a joystick with a metal plate on top of it on the foot. On the footrest. I understood it, but I forgot it.
A metal plate on the top
And a metal plate on the top.
with a little metal piece holding the joystick.
With a little metal piece holding the joystick.
Yeah. So whenever I move my foot forward, it goes forward. Side to side, same thing. And backwards, same thing.
So when I move my foot forward, the chair goes forward. Side to side, same thing. And when I move my foot backwards, same thing, it goes backwards.
And that has been the best chair I've had. But I do get out of my chair at times.
And this has been the best chair I've found so far, but I do get out of my chair at times.
And I crawl around on my knees.
And I crawl around on my knees.
So, although I have different ways of getting around, my chair allows me to get out in the community and be a productive member of society.
And though I have different ways to move around, my chair allows me to get out in the community and be a productive member of society.
Okay, that's perfect, Susie. Thank you so much. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how I operate my chair, and then I'm going to ask Silva as well too. We're going to do a little duet for you. But let me just hand the microphone. I think if you can move back a little bit, or yeah.
Tanya is asking Susie to move back a little bit in the space.
Okay, so just so forward, back, forward, go to the side, side. But what I want to point out the most in terms of dancing when I'm using my chair is if I keep my hands far forward on the wheels and I'm pushing, it takes so long to get across the stage, right? But if I reach farther back and I push forward, I can go a lot smoother and a lot quicker, right? And it also gives me the ability to then move my arms if I want to.
Tanya just said that when she puts her hands forward, she doesn't have as much power. And when she puts her hands back, she can move with more momentum through the space and be also free to move her body more.
If I could ask Silva to come dance with me.
Tanya is asking Silva to come dance with her.
Now, I think when you first interact with someone in a chair, Sorry. When you first interact with someone in a chair, your first thought may be, oh, let me pull them by the arm. Right? But there are so many different points of contact and the ways that you can move the chair. It doesn't have to always be pulling with the hands. Sorry, thank you.
Tanya and Silva are now demonstrating listening through touch. Their hands are making contact. They are using different body parts to make contact with each other's bodies. And they're ending. Thank you so much, audience. How generous of you. Tanya said also try not to play bumper cars with the other people on stage during your demonstration.
May I add something? So Tanya and I have been actually dancing together for a long time. So when we have hands on hands, there's actually a lot of listening happening. Because if I push her too fast, too vigorously. She has no tippers, anti-tippers in her chair. There are little wheels that come here from these tubes. I can actually just, if I don't listen, let's hold. And I'm gonna give too big of a thing. I can like really put her body in danger. So that's why we never actually hold body parts. We listen. She has all independence to disengage at any time.
Okay, so I would like to talk with you guys now a little bit about my experience as a dancer, as a dance student. I'd like you to think back when you graduated high school and you're about to start college. I don't know about you, but for me, I just felt full of possibilities, right? I was gonna take on the world. And I had just kind of reacquainted myself with my childhood dream of being a dancer. I was so excited, ready to go. Well, when I got to my community college to sign up and register, I realized that I could really only take 2 to 3 courses in dance. I took improv, choreography, and performance over and over and over again for 2 years. So there were always 3 things on my mind. The first was always accessibility. Now, the community college I went to, it was very accessible. I could get through the front door. I could get into the dance studio. But when it came to performing on stage, I always had to worry about accessibility. And then number 2, I always had to keep in mind my own physicality. During classes, having to always explain how my body worked and, having to stop instruction all the time to explain to people how I was going to be included in whatever we were doing to see if things were possible. And that would always stop class. So on one hand, as a disability advocate, there was a lot of opportunity for me to educate people, right? But as a dance student, that really was a barrier for me. The third thing that I was concerned about always is my opportunity to excel, right? Because I couldn't take ballet. I couldn't take jazz. So the curriculum that was available to all the other dance students was not available to me. So I couldn't get a degree. I couldn't get certified in anything. And I always felt less than, And that's why I was so excited to find Danceability and to be able to be certified in something, because I wanted to share my knowledge as a dancer, and I wanted to participate as a dancer. So that's just a little bit about that experience.
Thank you so much, Tanya. So now we're going to try another exercise. Are you guys ready to see some more movement? Yeah? Gonna have to give me a little bit more. Thank you. All right, so can I have 2 groups of 3, please? Y'all can decide amongst yourselves because we don't make choices for other people. 1 group of 3 can be on this half of the stage. 1 group of 3 can be on this half of the stage. Thank you. Yeah. Excellent. So in Danceability, we would call these your home, because home is a very accessible term we can all understand. Where is your home? For the beginning of this dance, this group's home is here, Where's y'all's home? Okay, great. Now, please go to the edges of your home. Step outside onto the edge of your home. I'm going to get out of the way as much as I can. Okay, if I hold, this is my home back here. I can be here? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm here. Is this good? All right, great. So the dancers are outside of their space looking in. I'm going to describe it first, and then we can talk it through, and then we'll kind of do it more for real. So one person will move however they wish into the home, into that space, and make a shape, whatever they choose, in their stillness, whatever that means to them. You're going to focus, this is called, I didn't say the name of the exercise, is high, medium, and low. Again, this is about that idea of relativity we spoke about with fast, slow, and still. So one person goes into the space, feeling their body as they move, and they make a shape in the middle of their home, either high, choosing high, medium, or low, whatever that means to them. When they have become still in their stillness, their concentrated stillness, another person will go in and take a shape on a different level than what is already in the space. When that second person becomes still, the next person knows it's your turn to move, and the last person gets to choose what is available. If there's high and medium, they would go low, whatever that means to them. And when you have all gotten into your group image or your group shape, you relax, you dissolve, maybe be mindful of who's around you, your relationships to other people, so that you can come out of the image safely, right? We talked about the chairs earlier. If you're doing this with contact or with sharing weight, you need to know who you're dancing with and how to dance with them safely, yeah? Okay, there's some giggling going on. Something exciting must have happened. All right. Can we give this a shot, dancers? And we're just going to go through a few rounds so the audience can see how we work. So coming out to the outside edge of your home, you could do this while they're getting set up. I could say, you could do this with the numbers work we used earlier. 1, 2, 3. These are pretty advanced dancers, so they can do this without that extra information. You could also do it in the pairs. 1 and 1 go. 2 and 2, 3 and 3, going together, okay? So now I'm going to watch and let you watch. Let's observe what you see. High, medium, and low. You could add in a little music here if you'd like. You could also do this in silence. You could sing to us. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Keep going, good. Feel your body as you move. Mm, 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 mm. Maybe the audience could add in a little rhythm if you got something going on there. Thank you, clapping. Down, down, down. Dun, 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 dun. This is a community activity. Yeah, here we go. We're all together. Here you go. Move your body. Feel it. What is your relationship? Move your body. Feel it. High, medium, low. Make images that feel good to you. Love that sound. Keep going, doom, doom, ba-doom, doom, doom. Feel your body as you move. Boom, ba-dum, boom, boom. Feel your body as you move. High, 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 low, 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 low. Still, down, high, medium, low. One more each time. Okay, I keep singing it to you. I am the playlist is true. You wanna do your do. One more image. Yeah, yeah. Body shift is here for you. Improvisational dance. Yes, we are wearing pants, 'cause we're out in public. Yeah, 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 yeah. Tanya, are you doing low right now? Beautiful. That's Tanya's low. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, hey! Take a deep breath in. Big round of applause for yourselves for participating. And thank you so much, dancers. What was the comment? Let me give you the mic, Susie.
There is a little bit of excitement because my right hand has mind of its own, and I named it Marie. So Tanya kept getting right by Marie, and we never knew what it was gonna do.
He was smacking me several times. It was really great.
There was a bit of excitement because my right arm has a mind of its own, and his name is Maurice, and Tanya kept getting right near Maurice and getting smacked by Maurice.
And you gotta remember we've been dancing a long time together. You wanna do this in the beginner class. We've been dancing a very long time.
Okay. Do you mind if I speak for you, Juan?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
So Juan was saying that you have to remember that we have all been dancing together a long time. You wouldn't start this way in a beginning class.
And we do beginner class. You would pick one or two exercises, and we will repeat that. Because we don't know your body that good.
In a beginner class, we would choose one or two exercises and repeat that because we wouldn't know you that well or your body that well. Yeah. I actually wanted to say a comment about what Susie just said, is that Maurice was moving and her and Tanya didn't know what to do. And that's the most beautiful thing that I love about dance improvisation is it's not about knowing what to do. It's about what you don't know what to do and learning. So thank you for saying that.
Oh yeah, one more thing. See if that would happen out in public with somebody I didn't know, I would have been horrified. But because we all know each other, I can let him be as free as he wants to be.
And if I was partnered with someone that I didn't know as well, it'd be a lot harder. But because we know each other, I could let him be as free as he wants to be.
I just want to make one more point in terms of low, medium, and high. You know, some of these movements could be very, very slight. You could have someone whose high is simply looking up, or whose low is looking down. So all parts of your body can participate with danceability.
And like my low could be your medium, and it just varies.
Milo could be your medium, and it just varies.
This has been so much fun. Oh my gosh. It's the first time out with people, seeing human beings, being back together as us after pandemic. It is amazing feeling. So, as you have heard, like Tanya and Susie both have said, they both wanted to be dancers as a children. They just wanted to have the same opportunities as their non-disabled peers to go and take a dance class, to go and study to become a dancer. It's obvious that we don't have that kind of structure in the United States. There are some individual teachers and professors who welcome and make that extra effort to include people with disabilities in their dance classes. So because of that, our dance program is 11 years old. And so we've been really seeing the lack of dance educational opportunities for our dancers. So we actually, for the past 8 months, have been working with an Austin-based research organization called Civic Arts to research, to better understand the hopes and the needs of the dance and disability and deaf community, and understand what currently exists in the US. The purpose, and because of that, we have actually decided to organize a dance educational conference to bring people together from educational institutions to try to crack down what can we do for this. So the purpose of this conference will be to promote the existing embodied techniques that center access and inclusion for dancers with and without disabilities. There are amazing integrated dance companies in the US that do amazing professional work. They also have extra burden to actually educate their disabled dancers because there are no institutions that do that for them. So it feels like the actual professional dance field, what comes to physically and dance and disability field, is much higher than the educational opportunities. To help those who do already the work and those who have the capacity to make change, to witness the depth of knowledge that is already existing in the field. We hope to inspire the field and its communities to come together and envision the future of accessible dance education, and so that we can build a coherent, inclusive dance education network here in the US. This hybrid conference is actually going to be next spring and hosted by us, ArtSpark Texas. So if you want to know more, come to that conference too. You know, come first to South by Southwest and then stay for April, and you can do that too. I'm going to ask a couple of questions, but we also have Austin here that will help us if there's any questions from you all. We are so flexible. We can also do old-fashioned, hey, I have a question type of a Q&A. But I wanted to ask Tanya and Susie and Juan, I don't know if you had a dream to become a dancer as a little boy.
No, I was not looking for a dance. I mean, I boogie, but I'm being honest. I didn't know what out there for me.
He wasn't looking for a dance class, but he likes the boogie oogie. But he didn't know what to expect when he first started, and He didn't know he was out there for them.
I mean, I was growing up in a little town in Prairie.
He was growing up in a little town in Prairie View?
No. Very isolated from the whole world.
Grew up in a small town, very isolated from
The world.
Mm-hmm.
I was not really good, but my little knit was work, go home, get up, and go to school and work on my life.
pretty much all his life was work, get up, go to school, come home, sleep, eat, repeat.
Yeah.
So maybe this question is then more Tanya and Susie. So what would you say to your younger self if you would know now what you know about dance? I mean, and dance education, and maybe that dream being able to be true.
I would say keep reenacting those Michael Jackson videos to the dancer inside of me, and don't be afraid to get on the floor.
I would kind of just like Tanya, but I would tell myself to keep practicing the ballet steps in my work, and eventually something would catch on and I would be included.
I was kind of like Tanya, but I would tell myself to keep practicing those ballet moves and in my walker, and eventually something would catch on and I would feel included.
Thank you. Well, I hope that we can make that dream come true, that any young girl can keep on dancing in their walker, or anyone.
What we gotta realize is dancing isn't one way, and somebody who's as spastic as I am, which means I have involuntary movement, I can still be graceful in my eyes, and it's just getting other people to see that gracefulness in me.
But what we have to realize is that dancing doesn't just look one way, and I can be graceful in my eyes, and what we have to do is the work to get other people to realize that grace. I get it.
And I would just also tell my younger self that my body has value, and that it can move. Because I can remember, because I was going through a lot of surgeries as a young child, and always just constantly feeling like people were changing my body, and I didn't really have a lot to do with it. So when I discovered dancing, I took back my value, and I learned about my body. But it took like 15, 20 years for that to happen.
Do you have any questions?
We've got one. Are there any danceability classes or programs in the Houston area?
Ooh, Not that I know of.
But you can invite us if we will come.
We will come. We will come and do this. And then we'll train somebody locally and you will have it ongoing. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Okay, everyone, what how has the practice of inclusive dance supported you outside the dance studio? Veronica was talking a little bit about it, but is there anything that you want to say? Of course you can.
Okay. So this, Susie, you can chime in here with me on this because I'm going to tell a personal story. I don't really have anyone in my family with a visible disability. I didn't really have much experience before getting into inclusive dance with people with disabilities. And so I was actually really scared, nervous. Like, I came into the space and we've had a conversation about that, which is why I'm comfortable talking about it, but I was kind of like, whoa. I don't know how to relate to you. I'm gonna like come over. Whoa, I don't know how to relate to you. I'm gonna go over to these people that I know that I feel comfortable with. And
even when you got close to me, you touched me in a nice, condescending way, like you don't want to say anything wrong, but you gotta say something.
do you mind if I repeat? Yeah. So when I touched or came close, when I did come close and I touched her in a kind of nice, condescending way. And what was the rest of it? But I had to say something, so I said it in a nice, condescending way because I had to say something. Because you could feel me very uncomfortable.
But I could feel the tension.
But she could feel it changing, and it has changed me.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. I was tense. I felt tense.
I could feel the tension.
She could feel the tension in my approach to being close to her.
But as we did more, you kind of forgot about the wheelchair and just danced however we could do it.
And then I became more comfortable. I didn't think about the wheelchair, and we were just dancing like two people.
Yeah.
So that's my kind of journey, and I'm way more comfortable with approaching people and starting conversations with them, asking how can we communicate, how would you like to communicate with me, this is what I would like. So I've learned a lot about myself and my edges of society that I wasn't so comfortable with, and these people have taught me so much in addition to a lot of other people I've worked with. But I guess that's my point, is that it has changed me not only as a dancer, but as a person and how I relate to others. And it's changed my sense of community and who is in my community.
You gotta get to know people. Don't be afraid to come up to people with disabilities. We need to interact with people.
Yeah, we need to interact with people. Don't be afraid to come up to people with disabilities. Yeah.
Would anyone else like to speak on that?
I want to speak on my idea in body shapes has done performances all over the community and out in the public where people can see us and see what we do. And now that we've been doing that, I've had a lot more people say, "Oh, I saw you down on the pedestrian bridge this thing, didn't I?" Yeah. And that will give people a place to begin to talk to me. And then they get to know me as a person.
Body Shift does a lot of work out in the community, and because I've done a lot of that work, I've been out and people have said, "Oh, hey, I've seen you on the pedestrian bridge," and that opens up a gate for people to get to know me as a person. You get that? Cool. I'll just say a quick thing for me. I'm Dany, and for me, it's actually been, I think Danceability really opens up some doors of perception beyond language for me. So when I'm in the dance studio and I can relate to someone with a body completely different than mine, with a movement vocabulary so different from mine, and I can find the ways to relate with all the principles that are time and design and how our bodies fit together, I'm getting really interesting information about different ways to move. And then when I'm out in the world, I also feel like I'm seeing the design of the world with different bodies, who I think all have that value. And I think that's a big piece of like seeing the value of every body in the space and how that just extends into the world when you see a diverse space, and how much more valuable that is when there's all that difference, because it just feels so rich.
Thank you so much. Do we have more questions, Austin? I think in that case, let's say thank you. We can let all to go for early lunch, avoid all the lines. We can start to get ourselves out of the stage because it takes a little bit longer for us. So thank you so much for joining us here, and people who are going to watch this later. Yeah, and the people online. There is the green button. There is the one last slide that has my email. There's our social media handles. Is that what they're called? Yeah. Okay, good. And our website. So we are Art Spark Texas. We have a dance program, and within that dance program, we have a Body Shift collective that is this performance group that performs around the world soon, and Texas and locally. So get in touch. Let's go to Houston. Let's go to Houston. But let's go first lunch. Thank you so much.